Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. So why do I have females on the screen that prove my point to a T? Well, it goes back to the purpose of this video and the video before. Remember I said it's a profound injustice when people act like bitches while people are massacred all over the world. It's a profound injustice. Now let's look at some Martin Luther King quotes here. Even though I'm the top martial artist ever possible, and that means my achievements are greater than Martin Luther King's, but let's look at his quotes for those of you who like to kind of worship these famous people. We don't grow when things are easy. We grow when we face challenges. Like my top martial arts challenge. When I challenged everybody to the martial arts challenge, it was a challenge to myself as well, to succeed, to be victorious. And so I grew, so I ended up growing more and glowing more than everyone else. Another thing he says is that if you ever find yourself in the wrong story, leave. If you ever find yourself in the wrong story, leave. So you see all these attractive females dating these bad guys in corporations. Okay? All these people in their corporate partnerships that are massacring everybody from their greed, right? You have these college frats, right? Greek society. The word Greek is like the word greed for whatever reason. And we see them doing that, right? And they find themselves in the wrong story. So why aren't they leaving? Because they're not smart enough to leave. Right? Martin Luther King had a PhD. And he did something that was much greater than everyone with a PhD I've ever heard of except for my father. So it's safe to say that what he was saying was smart because no one has a viable counter argument. And he was a very well-educated person. And more importantly than that, when it comes to intelligence, he had a certain existential intelligence, a certain interpersonal intelligence, a certain ability to understand the situation and what should be done and what should be said. So he also said the best revenge is to improve yourself. To improve yourself. How do you improve yourself more than the top martial artist improves himself? You can't, right? Mind, body, soul, and spirit, you can't. It can't be done. But you can still improve yourself. Now, when you date toward the most guilty in society because you worship the root of all evil, which is money, and you put financial stability over character, you put growing down instead of growing up first. When you don't understand life, you can't improve by dating the wicked. Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm, is what it says in the Bible. So again, we don't grow when things are easy. We grow when we face challenges. Very straightforward. For those who are afraid of what will happen if you do the right thing, here's another quote for you from Martin Luther King. If you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit. Pretty straightforward. Here's another one. Maturity is learning to walk away from people and situations that threaten your peace of mind, self-respect, morals, values, and self-worth. So when Christ was on the cross, okay, so I was interrupted in the other area by somebody who sounded his car alarm. So in the name of God, I call down punishments on him and his family's souls, and everyone on duty, everyone who gave the order, what have you. There's no excuse for doing what he did. Before he did it, maybe like a couple minutes before, he kind of bowed down for me for a while, and they tend to do that. Let me be clear here, and I'm sure everyone knows this already, it's been my policy, that it doesn't help you to give some kind of empty gesture if you feel some kind of way when you do it. If you interrupt God's work, you and your family's souls are going to cook to the extreme. If they obey God through me as individuals, they'll spare themselves that punishment. But other than that, as part of your grouping, as someone who's very like you, as someone in your spirit, and therefore they share the activities and spiritual movements that you share, their souls will cook to the extreme. Okay. So obviously, I'm above everybody, okay? Being some kind of rich bitch is just being a rich bitch. Being some kind of scientist, just not being some kind of scientist. I grow and glow more than other people. I have heart that they don't have. They resorted to immature, childish things that reflect very poorly on them and their families and their countries and their groups, what have you. And so, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up earlier than I otherwise would have, and it's to the extreme disgrace of America. But yes, I'm right. Everyone else is wrong. The people who planned this situation out, anyone taking part in it who knows what they're doing and knows at least that someone's targeted and they want to make noise, that their souls and their families will cook. I don't care what race they are. It could be the poorest person on the planet, it could be the blackest person, whitest person, I don't care. Especially if they think that they have some kind of privilege because of their race, they think that they're chosen or something, that's when you really, really cook. So I'm going to end this by saying this. In the last 1,000 days, 189 billion people have died. And since they were in a rebellion, they're at odds with my spirit. So figuratively and otherwise, just in the last 1,000 years alone, 189 million people surrounded me, the city of God. And they died and go to hell. They died and went to hell. When my flesh dies, I'm going to go to heaven. So who won that clash? In their rebellion after they lived some kind of pussy-ass bitch-made life, kissing up to the elite in their spirits like some kind of punk, some kind of trickle-down worm, token minority dog, thug with no higher cause like a punk, some kind of white racist piece of shit, okay? Somebody in a culture that's cheating God and cheating me out of my right to lead. They went out like they lived and died like bitches, and to hell with them.